Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? You can tell I kind of rushed. Anytime you see that, you know I was rushing. Yeah, so I set the stream for the wrong time at 4:30, corrected it to 4. Well, technically it should have been 3:30, but moved it to 4. Still did not have enough time, which was my own fault. I was trying to get dailies and stuff done before stream, and I lagged a bit on getting I got too indecisive on some stuff and it wasted time. But I'm here now, 6 minutes before, like 5 minutes before the original time here. Yeah, so we're playing these 8. Once again, we're gonna New Game Plus, Nightmare difficulty, so I can get the remaining achievements. There is also actually, believe it or not, a boss I never fought. I didn't even realize there was a boss you could fight, but you can fight him. So, with that in mind, that's also another reason why I wanted to stream this. But the entire reason is, unlike the other Ys games where they're either really easy to accomplish or I'm gonna heavily cheat, like no joke. Some of them I'm straight up like running invincibility and shit. This one I know I can do legitimately, and one of the and because of the achievements, which I will read out to you now, that I still need. The one I knew and that inspired this was Village Superstar, which is achieve 100% approval earned. Or it's either that or People's Entries, which is another one I knew I didn't have. People Person. I missed one character event in my original playthrough. There's apparently a decorated defender where you have to complete all raids. Apparently there must have been a raid an optional raid I missed. Then there is achieve 100% beast entries. This makes sense, noting that there was a boss I never fought, so I never would have had its entry. And then item collector, which is collecting every item in the game. And then there's 2 hidden achievements. One is see the true ending on Nightmare difficulty, and the other is beat the other boss I never fought. So because some of these literally just require me to effectively replay the entire game, and I really love the story of this game, I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna replay it on stream again. Right after playing Ys 5 and playing Ys 10, I'm kind of really in a Ys mood, and this is the Ys with the best story in my opinion. It has the perfect sense of discovery, exploration, characters, amazing climax. You know, 9 felt very, I don't know, repetitive and isolated because it all led to the fucking prison and stuff, and like that part got a little bit boring. I did like the story, but some of it did feel shoehorned. But at the same time, I feel like there were elements of the story missing. Even after playing Ys 5, I still feel like I don't really fully understand. I really hope the remake expands upon the plot of Ys 5 and what alchemy is and stuff. Ys 10, however, was a great game, great build-up. I just didn't really like how it ended. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if Rollo got controlled by the Grieger generals or whatever, the Trident. Because, like, it just kind of felt like they weren't... Like, it just kind of felt like he wasn't... like, he kind of got, what's the way I'm trying to describe this? It just felt like the ending wasn't as climactic as it was potentially building up to, I guess. Like, to me, I kind of anticipated, like, the Tridents are very dangerous, and then, boom, you're just fighting some guy, right? Like, they even shoehorned in, Lilia in there in the fight, too, which I you know, was romantic in itself that she got to fight beside her husband before he finally died. But just, like, I don't know. The ending just didn't feel like the climactics. Like, you know, it would have been really cool if, like, they made it like Rollo is linked to the Tridents, and that's why he cannot die. But the Tridents come out. The reason why I'm saying this is just because the Ys games have always had, like, at least 7 and 8, always had these giant climactic fights. Right, with Lacrimosa in this game, and the fucking alchemy creation in 9, like, big huge fights, and there it's just some guy. I think it would have been really cool if the Grieger Trident came out and Rollo's going to help you defeat them, but they mutate into one single powerful monster being, like Grieger, that you have to fight. That would have been a much cooler fight or ending to me. And with that, with the Trident dead, there was nothing effectively linking Rollo to life anymore, which is then how he would have died. They could have even had him make a sacrificial play, knowing that he wasn't going to with him knowing he wasn't going to live anyway once they were defeated. I just think fighting Rollo just felt weird. But anyway, at 500 subs, I'll be playing Pokemon XG Next Gen. I'm on a Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I want to run a weather team, and you guys are going to vote on the weather team. So feel free to subscribe if that interests you. And maybe sometime within the next 4 years, we might hit 500 subs, and I can do it. With that said, let's get to the game. All right. So I did do some achievements off stream. Whoa. Is there an option so audio doesn't silence when you click at a screen? I'm not touching the settings because I don't know if there's a reason I had them like this. Yes, I am playing mouse and keyboard because this is happily one of the Ys games that says it works with a... Well, it works with a controller, but it detects the first controller. My Tartarus counts as a controller. And I'm not unplugging this every time I want to play this game. So we're just playing mouse and keyboard. So we're going to load, and as you can see, I have I erased my original clear data, but yeah, so this was my original save file from before I started streaming. You can tell because I started streaming in November 2021, and this is September 2021. I loaded this, and this is how I got some of the character play achievements, was because I had already gotten those achievements in that file, and I guess that stuff saves per file. So I got a lot of achievements just by simply logging in on this file, which was nice. But I did end up... So this was our original clear data from when we beat the game in 2022. However, I re-logged and maxed out all the skills. So this is the... and since that carries over and I'm playing Nightmare, I figured I might as well give myself the most amount of advantage as I can. So we're going to click yes. And we're going to click transfer data and start from the beginning. Starting a second playthrough will reset your DLC items. You may retrieve these items again by selecting the DLC tab. Okay. Enemies become much stronger and drop 3 times as many items. Transfer data will reflect this difficulty. No, we are not doing that. So we're literally just going to carry over everything. So this is going to probably save me a lot of time. So let's start the game. We're going to play Nightmare. They're not the tools of any higher power. Each of us is the very embodiment of free will. Even so, there comes a time in every man's life when he must answer a call to destiny and beyond human understanding. How we respond to the moment strikes. Truly nothing is more I'd hoped to embody such an ideal myself. Even now, many decades later, my awe for her remains unwavering. So this was probably a quote from Adel in his adventure journal. Maybe during... Because remember, all the games are playing through his storied adventures that he journaled and penned himself after he retired. So that's probably a quote he's referencing towards Dana. Adel Christian.
Yo, Adel, you taking a break too?
Yo, is that Dogi the Wall Crusher I hear?
Woo,
Rocking
nice
the
breeze.
sweet goatee and vest. And those fucking purple pants. Let's go, my dude. I'm sorry, you're missing his surname, the Wall Crusher.
I believe how suffocating it
Rude.
gets in the cargo hold. Gotta say, that uniform looks pretty good on you. Awfully nice of him to let us hitch a ride to Arisia in exchange for work.
Well, there's another location we'll go to at some point.
They got me moving cargo around and you helping out as a sailor on this voyage.
Unless Arisa is where VIII takes place. That's what we're looking into for a second. By the way, I looked it up. In the Kanan Islands. Yes, so it's not the same. I looked up the playable characters, so we already know Adel does not play anyone from Genshin. Homol is played by the same guy that plays D-Luke. Luxia is from the same girl, or same woman that plays Shinobu. Um, what's his name? Sahid. He is not in Genshin. Neither is Adel's VA. Dana is the incredibly amazing Brianna Knickerbocker, who is Hu Tao. And God, I'm blanking on Rakota. Is Jackie Lastra, who oh, Shanglin, or Shanglin, right?
And they're even paying and feeding us too. Pretty sweet deal if you ask me.
Yeah.
Man, that Captain Barbaros. He looks intimidating, but he's a good man. Dependable, too. Thanks to him, we'll be able to hit the next stop on our journey once we dock. I'm a little sad we gotta say goodbye to Xandria.
Xandria. Isn't that where Ys 5 took place?
But there's no time to be moping when adventure's waiting for us. I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
I think it's the case, right? Canonically it takes place after Oath of Felghana, which is 3, and before 8. Yes. So that leads me to the interesting question though, because in the game Dogi stayed behind. So he must have caught up to Adel very quickly.
So, Adam, what is our next stop anyway?
That looks like something they might retcon in the remake.
Once we dock in Sunyan, Greek is just around the bend.
Man, I cannot wait till we go to Greek. Maybe in Ys, I hope if we do go to Greek, it takes place after 8 so we can see Said again. That would be fucking amazing. I love when they do small little callbacks like that. I'd say I'm upset they didn't do it in 10, but 10 takes place right after Ys 1 and 2, and Adel doesn't know anyone yet. If anyone from Ys 1 or 2 showed up, they literally would have been like, why didn't you just come with us? Like, this game has a character from Memories of Celceta in it. 6 has a character from 5 in it, Terra. 7 has a character from 6 in it,
Or are you trying to talk like Luta?
Who the hell is Luta? I feel like I should know who that is. Oh, Luta Gemma. From, Ys 1. It's crazy, because I granted, it's been probably like a couple months since I've actually played Ys 1. But one of the achievements I had to get that I was missing was to save Luta. There's a particular moment in the game where he sleepwalks into an enemy conflict, and you basically have to save him.
If you ask me, I would have preferred heading west, along the coast of Africa.
Whoa, whoa! Are you guys voyaging to Altago?
Ah, Cathu!
Does he live? I don't remember if he lives or not.
You bet we are. Adol has always been looking for a way to get to Altago.
Unbelievable. You do know about the conflict between
So
the
Altago
Kingdom
is
of
the
Altago
setting
and
of
the
VIII
Roman
VII,
Empire, don't you?
which I believe takes place after this, but this one leads to 6, which then leads to 7.
Roman Navy vessels are pretty much the only ships that can enter that region of the sea. I heard that you're an adventurer, but that just seems reckless.
Yeah, well, there's never a dull moment when I'm tagging along with this guy. Adol can't walk more than 3 steps without stepping in some kind of adventure.
I'm assuming if they gave him a title
Hey, say,
card, though, this
Matthew,
is where he
You
lives.
like tagging along too?
Thanks, but I'll pass. Anyway, you two, break time's almost over. Dogi, I need you to get back to work in the cargo hold.
Back on the clock already, huh? No problem. I'll head down right now. Catch you later, Adol.
Man, hearing the voice coming out of a blue-haired strong guy on a ship without saying the word super just seems weird, doesn't it?
Let's see. You've already... Please... He told me to send you to his quarters. The captain's quarters can be found at the
Hey, Sahib. God, this ain't my ship, or I just walked wits off the deck.
Hey, Adol. Hey.
I know Brianna and Sean did a lot of interviews for this game
Yes.
when it initially came out. I remember seeing an interview with the two of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, Adol. Thank you for coming. Please, have a seat.
By the way, I
As I
changed my
recall, you
cursor.
introduced yourself to me as an
So I have the
adventurer.
Dana cursor now.
Tell me, do you know of the Isle of Seiren?
I've heard of it.
Very impressive. The Gated Sea is home to many islands, as you're no doubt aware. She's a treacherous sea to navigate. More ships than I can count have run afoul of her jagged islands. But the Isle of Seiren has a particularly fearsome reputation. For you see, every ship that approaches the island sinks by some mysterious happenstance.
Is that...
The ship is en route to the island's surrounding waters as we speak. That being said, I intend to keep us a safe distance from the island. The sea was calm
Oh, whoops.
and ran afoul of nothing. Yet I heard it was pulled under all the same. Grecian mythology speaks of monsters called Seirens, which lure ships to their doom. The pirates who first
I'll need to
discovered
figure
that
out what the
island
buttons
declared a
are
cursed
for like the
ground,
chat log and
named it
stuff.
accordingly.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, no one alive knows the answer to that question. The unlucky ones who have set foot on the island were never seen or heard from again. Even the saltiest sailors to voyage the gate to sea can tell you nothing about the island.
To be honest, we do know other people lived when they reached the island. We just only know that Rakota and her father are the only ones that have survived long enough. We also know that Rakota was a baby when she showed up. I think it was that Rakota was either born on the island or born shortly before arriving on the island and her parents passed. The monkey is who raised her. Because I'm pretty sure her father taught her how to speak English and everything.
I cannot approach the island, but when we pass by it, I will let you know. It seems my tale did not but stoke the fires of your adventurous spirit. I share this tale with every new member of my crew. When I first told Kathy, he was so frightened that he refused to leave his quarters. But I see you're made of sterner stuff than he, lad. Now then, I'm sorry to keep you so long, but I've a favor to ask of you. I insist on holding a small welcome party whenever new passengers come aboard. I want you to attend the party and provide security.
Are you worried about something?
Don't worry. I'm merely being cautious. As captain, it's my responsibility to ensure that every passenger aboard my ship is safe. Please, speak to Kathy for the details about your assignment. I know you won't let me down at all.
This is by far the best ship I've ever been on.
a ship like this before.
No shot this room is on the ship. No shot! Do you see how tall that ceiling is? No shot!
Good evening, passengers. I'm Captain Barbaros. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing the Lombardia for your seafaring needs. With 4 masts and at 50 meglia in length, this vessel is the largest of the passenger ships that voyage between Xandria and Arisia.
Alright, Adol. Since you're providing security, let's go over your responsibilities. I need you to patrol the passenger compartments in the main deck. Keep a close watch for any passengers who seem suspicious or dangerous. Dangerous aboard? It's possible. After all, we have a lot of guests on board the voyage. Make sure you chat them up. You might want to hear some interesting stories that way. Don't forget these people are our guests, so please be respectful towards them. Aye, aye, sir. Aren't you enthusiastic? Anyway, it looks like the captain's almost done with his speech. Do my part and start patrolling the cargo hold. We'll meet up later, Adol. Anyway, that's enough out of me. Please feel free to mix and mingle among yourselves as we continue on our voyage. I bid you all a wonderful evening. Press 9 to change during events. Okay. I assume this means we can eat as much as we want. Time to eat until I make back the ticket price. Cheers to a wonderful night. This claret is quite delicious. It's nothing like a bit of a nip to round out a hard day's work. All my years, I never thought I would get to travel aboard such a magnificent ship. Food is simply to die for. Nothing but praise to offer. I feel bad for my family that I boarded such a luxurious ship, but it was the only one available. I think I'll have to make it up to them by recreating all the meals being served tonight. I guess I better start studying the menu. I've never seen my mistress look so surprised before. As a butler, I have a duty to support my mistress when she ventures beyond the scopes of her naivete. She can be a handful indeed.
No.
Why is he aboard this ship? My word. He always treats me like I'm a helpless child. Isn't it great to see all the models of characters you know did not survive the shipwreck? What do you want? Nothing. Must not be very busy if you have time to barge into random rooms. By the way, on your way out, make sure to shut the door behind you quietly. It's good no passions either. If anything's going to go wrong, it's apt to happen on the day we weigh anchor. Should be smooth sailing all around, but how about making the rounds anyway?
Uh...
I can hop off halfway. Hope I don't have to do anything too demanding.
What's up?
Yeah, how'd you manage to get out of work in the galley? Well, patrol duty. Sounds like the perfect job for you. I mean, we're still trying to figure out where to go for our next big adventure. You're probably... Can I point out that almost none of Adol's stories actually involved starting an adventure? Like, I just want to be very clear when I say that there's very few that literally had Adol show up to a place in search of adventure. Ys 8 and 9 were merely... Ys 9 and 10 specifically were just stopping points. Ys 5 was an adventure because he was curious about the Lost Sands. Who knows, maybe I'll hear something that'll lead us to our next adventure. Let me know if you hear anything interesting. Like the shipwrecking? Peace feels nice. Hey, weather and clear starry sky. Wait for me, my darling Crete. I'm coming home.
The wind is getting stronger!
Check our course! Set sail!
Hey, Adel, how's the security patrol going? No problems to report. Everyone seems suspicious. That's good to hear. Overall, we have a lot of interesting people aboard. Looks like it's going to be another day of calm waters and smooth sailing. By the way, the captain has been looking for you. I think he said we were about to pass by something soon. You should be back in his quarters by now. Why don't we pay him a visit? You'll see him right away. Sounds good, Adol. I'll continue my patrol for a little while longer. I'm trying to figure out what I want to run. Everyone gets one of those, if I recall correctly. Alright, let's get everything here. Oh, I get the Tempest sets again? Oh, that's gonna be broken. Those are just auto levels. So I could literally max out some character levels right now. Now, unlike Ys 8, these all require being used. It only uses it on one character. There you are. I'm sorry to bother you. I understand how busy you are right now. I just wanted to let you know we were about to pass by it. I mean... That's right, the Isle of Seiren. The sky is clear tonight, so you might be able to see the island's silhouette. The island of Seiren is about 500 square mile. A mountain range roughly 2,000 mile high stretched across the island's center. If you would pass by, I figured you'd want to see it.
Huh?
Huh?
What's happening?
I don't know, sir. We seem to have run afoul of something.
Impossible. We're in open waters. Assess the situation at once.
Aye, aye, sir.
We're quite a distance from the island. It couldn't be. What is that? Huh? What's going on?
What is that thing?
At this rate, the ship will be destroyed.
Spectacle of the unknown.
Head off! Take this!
Isios blade was received. Wasn't this the weapon I used in Ys 5? Yeah, this was the strongest weapon in Ys 5. Oh, he's doing like no damage to me.
Well, aren't you a skilled one?
Wow, so dashing. That was amazing.
Nice work.
Oh, a kid in a
Can I
cap.
just
That
count
seems
on
like
you
a
at all?
staple.
What was that thing anyway? Looked like a tentacle from some kind of giant squid.
Remember, now I'm gonna absolutely spoil this because we've already played this on stream. But remember, this is a primordial. We can't actually hurt this thing yet because we don't have orichalcum weapons.
Oh God!
Someone help
Whoop! And he loses his balance.
Oh, come on! Damn it!
Intro. A long intro. I love that Saeed uses a broken anchor as a weapon. Where am I? Seem to have washed ashore. No signs of other people. All you can hear is the gentle sound of crashing waves. You find an old sword sticking out of the sand. Will you take the old sword? So I've made one switch from the last time I played this game, which is that I had flash guard on left click and flash dodge, flash dash or whatever on right click, and then attack was on 5. I changed it. Attack is now on left click and guard is on 5. Let's continue on ahead. Hey, Lizreal. Well, there's an achievement for beating the game on Nightmare difficulty. And I figured I might as well do New Game Plus, as that only helps the situation. So, this game is actually quite unique. In the modding community. Clear water and drink from it to parch his throat. With each step, adult exhaustion slowly washed away. I won't particularly mention the mod, but I will point out its relevance. Oh, I do have all my skills. What is Blade Rush?
That fruit looks delicious.
So, the mod is this one scene. Take a wild guess at what the mod does.
My word. Why must men be so disgusting, tactless, and so domineering too? Yes, just like him. There. I suppose I kept you waiting long enough.
Laxia.
We should introduce ourselves at least. My name is Laxia of House Roswell, a noble family of Garmin. The ship I was traveling on sailed, and I was cast adrift until I came ashore here. Now, who are you? Judging from your garb, you must have been a sailor aboard the Lombardia.
I'm actually an adventurer.
Adol Kristen. You say you're An adventurer? Don't try to fool me. I narrowly escaped that disaster with my life. As a member of the Lombardia's crew, you need to tell me exactly what happened out there.
No legend of the...
What was your name again? Adol, was it? Do you honestly believe I would fall for your tall tales? How big a fool do you think me to be? Oh, wait a minute. Do my eyes deceive me? Why do you remind me of...
This is where it's gonna teach me, where it would normally teach me about the,
Okay.
You are certainly well, but no man or woman of Garmin would ever run from battle. I, Laxia von Roswell, shall enter the fray.
This is where it normally teaches you, I think, about enemy weaknesses.
Yes!
My turn now.
It took you for an ordinary adventurer, an ordinary sailor, but your swordsmanship is rather impressive. You missed the semi-nude scene where she was bathing in the river and her towel dropped. And I commented about a mod for that particular scene. Lily, it was no accident. And I only know of the mod because I looked into the mods of this game a while ago. Name ends in A. You are correct. Only girls whose names end in A fall for Adol. You're not too shabby either. Your flattery won't work on me. Based on our current situation, this area must be the territory of those beasts. Let us relocate somewhere safer, Mr. Christian. Oh, beast. I'm just speaking common sense. Get one thing straight. Given the circumstances, a temporary alliance is our only rational course of action. But I don't trust you, not one bit. Do we understand each other? Good. And stop wasting time and get moving. This place seems a little odd. Let's search the area and see if anyone else is here. So, the last time I played the game, I played on normal. The difficulties are beginner, normal, hard, nightmare, insane. So this is the second hardest difficulty in the game. And I have to beat the game on nightmare or higher to get several achievements. Or to get an achievement. I'm assuming it's just bigger stats. Its presence seems to soothe your body and soul. Oh, do I actually... Is it like Yee's pen? Or, I forget. Do I actually have to talk with them?
Not but ocean as far as the eye can see.
But I'm also New Game Plus, so I'm like end game levels. I also got all my DLC items again, so I can level up characters even more. Because The DLC gives me like 35 guaranteed level ups. Like effectively 35 rare candies.
Hopefully there is a settlement nearby.
Oh, there is. Just no one's alive in it. What a gorgeous view. There's no time to be taking in the scenery. Have you forgotten you're one of the sailors who's responsible for this debacle? Or crew members or other crew members or passengers may have come ashore on this island. Come, let us look for them. Alright. I want to do something really quick. So, this is Adel's classic outfit from the earlier Ys games. That's his sailor outfit from this game. I might run that one. Does the game not let me change my weapon yet? I guess not. Something washed ashore. Free red meat. I've searched the area, but there doesn't appear to be anyone else here. I did notice, however, that this area is surrounded on all sides by rocky cliffs. The place seems pretty secure. Indeed, this place is remarkably well fortified. Given the abundance of beasts, this may prove to be a suitable location for a base camp. My word. Just now, I thought I saw someone walking over there. Let's find out who it was. Indeed, whether it's a castaway or a native, we stand to learn something either way. Let's pursue them at once. 2 days left, Sunday and Monday. Tuesday's back to work. Alright, well, I will be streaming both days, provided nothing happens. So, if you want to join in. I'm off on Monday, so it'll be more... I'll probably stream this again tomorrow, and then it'll be more Divinity's Original Sin 2 on Monday. What is this place? This cave runs deeper than I expected. Let's tread carefully. Yes, of course.
On guard! Right. Let's go! Since we clearly lack torches, of course I'm relieved to see light.
Thankfully, the game lets me keep all my map progression. That's gonna be nice. This looks like it's been lived in. You think someone could still be alive here? I doubt it. Agree, this hovel seems too dilapidated for anyone to be living here. Wonder how long it's been abandoned. Perhaps there's a clue here waiting to be uncovered. Let's look around, Mr. Christian. Yeah, they're old, but maybe we can still use it. Is there anything inside? The tsundere, yeah. Barrels are empty. It's like, I should have gotten my hopes up. Seems rather old, but it might still prove useful. Mr. Christian, why not use this sword in place of that rusted one? Wait a minute. Oh no, wait, no. I do want the one half. Two-thirds cost. I was thinking it's two-thirds reduction. No, it's one-third reduction. We'll do that.
Oh, something's there. Ooh, a treasure chest.
Well, I hope it's gonna be fun. I've heard that the Rhythm Heaven games are pretty fun once you can get the knack down for them. Said that they would equip the armor anyway. I do not need it because I have better armor. I have endgame armor on. There doesn't appear to be anything else of use here. And we still haven't found that person I saw in the outro. We should move on. Look at that. It's a bit faded, but it appears to be an insignia of some sort. Fortunately, the insignia is too faded to discern properly.
My turn now!
Now, I don't know if I'm going to actually have to upgrade weapons. I still might have to. Just because upgrading weapons is a huge part of progression in this game. You can't even hurt some enemies in the game until you, story-wise, upgrade your weapons. But we'll see once I have access to the blacksmith. I might be able to just straight up fast-forward it and just make the strongest weapons I can at the time based on the items I carried over.
Right there.
This game's interesting because there's no actual shop in the game. Everything is done through... this game actually has no money in it. Everything is done based on exchange. Basically, the merchant says, like, oh, well, you know what? I can get you stuff, but we should really be kind of making a barter for the sake of survival. So, if you want something, I need something in return. What do you suppose this is? As a matter of fact, the... technically, yes. There is crafting for accessories. And the weapons in this game are entirely crafting. You do not... Unlike previous and future Ys games, you do not find better weapons. You can craft better armor too, but you do not find better weapons. You just consistently keep upgrading your current ones. At Mechanic, they actually brought back in Ys 9, but they also allow you to just buy new weapons anyway, so you can decide whether you want to spend the money to buy or spend the materials to upgrade. So it goes weapon level 1, weapon level 2, next weapon. Weapon level 1, weapon level 2, next weapon. And that's how the weapons work in this game with the blacksmith. Ooh, who on earth is this? Cade corpse rests against the boulder. Based on its tattered attire, Adol suspects that it might have been the remains of a pirate. This person was. They must have died many years ago. But why were they here to begin with? He died holding revive medicine. That's fucking terrible.
Let's go. Looks like we can rest.
Boss time. So, while there is slash, pierce, and smash mechanics in this game to break enemies, no bosses in the game function under those mechanics.
Come, we must catch up to him.
Yeah, but the thing is, we could argue that that simply just might not connect with him. Adol is peculiar, right? Technically speaking, you could argue he still has mana in his system from Ys 10, since that canonically takes place before this.
This beast! You intend to bar our path, then I won't hold back.
Oh. Flash move is so valuable. So this game has flash move and flash guard. Flash guard, I forget what flash guard does. Flash move makes it so all of your attacks crit during its duration. I think flash guard just makes you avoid all attacks, maybe? Help. Okay, well this doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me how much I've done stuff. Doesn't matter. Right now, the nightmare difficulty is going to mean nothing due to the armor I have. My characters are so defensively on top of things that they're basically going to survive fucking everything. Because they also have their HP too. So they literally, like, Adol is taking single damage hits and he has 4,000 HP. Victory is ours, Mr. Christian. Alright, now then. We must resume our pursuit of that man. Perhaps he will lead us to a settlement. It's just... There's no settlement here.
Well, that's plain to see.
Hmm?
Oh, Adol. Is that you, lad? I'm surprised to see you alive and well. I've been searching the area for people, but I did not expect to find you.
You kidding me? This is shipwrecked on an island? Something like this is like a Tuesday to me. It's such a common theme that every adventure, Adol loses his gear from the last one, that it's a running joke. Even so, 9 actually mocks the running joke. There's an NPC that quite literally says that's ridiculous. How could you possibly lose all this legendary equipment at the beginning of every single new adventure?
Oh, Adol. Who might this be?
Introduce Laxia to Captain Barbaros, then explain what happened thus far. Afterward, Captain Barbados explained how the Lombardia sank. Yes, that's all I know about the sinking of the Lombardia. So everything Mr. Christian said was true. My actions have placed my passengers in harm's way. I am to blame for all of this. You couldn't have known this would happen, so please don't blame yourself. I understand that you execute your duties as captain with utmost sincerity. My deepest apologies. So it's difficult for me to accept everything about your explanation. Do you at least have any idea about where we are now? From the looks of things, we seem to have washed ashore on an island. Judging from our position when the ship sank and the direction of the current at the time, we must be on a deserted island, the island of Serain to be precise. A deserted island. And you did mention this island of Serain to me earlier. I knew it. No one sets foot on this cursed island. I never thought I'd end up here. I saw a corpse in the cave. Certainly looked like a pirate corpse. But that person may have washed ashore on this island, same as us. Is that the fate of all castaways find themselves here? No, I'm sorry to cause you worry. As long as I'm alive, I will continue to uphold my duties as captain. Like Laxia, there may be other passengers on this island. In any event, we need to understand our situation without a moment's delay. Every survivor will need to work hard to ensure we all get off this island alive. Yes, I certainly hope so. Now then, there's no use standing around here. Let's be off. It's actually really funny. So, out of all the people that make it onto the island that survive, when we leave the island at a net 1. Because 2 people die and 3 people join. Because the captain dies, and then the doctor dies shortly after. And then we get Rakota and her father joining. And then we get... and And then there's the baby that gets born. And yes, Lizreal, I know you weren't a viewer of mine when I last streamed this game, but since I have streamed it, I'm not going to be quiet about spoilers. I'm literally just going to talk about this game. Because no joke, this Ys, in my personal opinion, has the best story in all 11 of the Ys games. 100%. The best story. Since you're an adventurer at all, I was hoping I could enlist your help. Adventurer? So you really aren't a sailor? Here's how I'd like you to find other surviving passengers like Laxia. It's more than likely the other passengers have drifted ashore onto this island. Some may even be women, children. We must act fast. Let's get started right away. By the way, Lizreal, I don't know if I mentioned this during Ys 10, but all Ys games, the settings are based off of real-life locations and historical moments. So, for example, if we look at Ys 10... I knocked something to the ground. Where did it go? Ys 10 was the Obelia Gulf. Which was based off of the real-life location of the Bay of Biscay. So, the island of Seirin, the Isle of Seirin, is based off the Saronic Islands named after the mythical sirens. Yeah, it's been some time, huh? That finale stream actually is still one of my most viewed streams. It's actually kind of crazy. Because I guess people just really wanted to see that final boss fight. How many views does it have? Let me just double check. All right, analytics. 630 views. So it's not over 1,000 like I have some, but it's been watched 46.7 hours, and I lost 1 subscriber during this, apparently. Not gonna lie, I honestly would argue that it was much harder and more significantly annoying getting that fucking Peko doll than it was actually beating the final true boss of the game. I remember we calculated the odds. Didn't I kill like over 400 fucking birds? Didn't we calculate the odds that I should have gotten at least like 6 dolls because they were a 1% drop? Meanwhile, I actually did get like fucking 7 pairs of shoes, which I think also had a I think had a 5% drop. Something else I need you to do while you search for other survivors. I need you to draft the detailed map of the island of Seirin. I'm an experienced cartographer. Is that so? Fortuitous. No ships sailed through this area, which means rescue may never come for us. So it falls onto us to plan our escape, as we'll likely be on this island for the foreseeable future. For that reason, we must learn all we can about this island for everyone's benefits. I understand. With a map of the island, it'll be easier for you to search for survivors. Do you think you could help me with this, Adol? I absolutely can give you the full map now. That's encouraging to hear. I need to continue exploring the coast, but I'm considering building our base here. We'll need a base camp if we're going to be stuck on this island for a while. Captain Barbaros, what about me? Be safer if you remained here, Laxia. In times as desperate as this, are you suggesting that I sit idle and do nothing? I appreciate your concern, but it would bring dishonor to House Roswell if I remain here. I will accompany this adventurer. But besides, a servant of mine accompanied me on this voyage and is still missing. Cannot allow someone to search for him on my behalf when I am capable of doing so. I understand. Very well. I'll respect your wishes. Still, we do not know what danger awaits us on this island. Do be careful. Thank you. We'll be off. There is a source. Who's the servant of yours?
My servant was a story I concocted to persuade the
But she
captain.
does have a servant.
Now then, Mr. Kristen, who exactly are you? You certainly know how to wield a sword. That much I will concede. But I've never met anyone so audacious, so frivolous, that he would introduce himself as an adventurer. You might as well call yourself a tourist or a sightseer. I will not tolerate anyone who speaks of adventure, as though it were some sort of life-affirming calling. Listen carefully, Mr. Kristen.
Let's be honest. Adel is the adventurer. So, there is a race in this game called Eldiel. They are basically angels. And they all had different roles to play. The last one we saw was in Ys 6. They were in Ys 1 and 2. Ys... well, we didn't see 1 and 6, but 1 was heavily implied. You see 1 and 5. 4 also has one. Oddly enough, the Eldiel in 4 is named Eldiel, which is massively confusing. But each angel just does something different, kind of. They govern something odd. Eldiel the Eldiel, because that's not confusing to say. Actually, he's the Eldiel that possesses knowledge. Effectively, when he puts on this mask, this sun mask, he effectively just gains omniscience. Like, he just learns everything, or has access to nearly infinite information. And it's actually a part of the plot of Ys 4 that a lot of major developments in the world are people that came to see him. He gave them the idea, then they leave and forget. That's why the game's called Memories of Celceta. They forget, but then it comes back to them in like a dream, sort of like a dream, which is why they'll end up remembering what they learned, but not any of the experiences they had in Celceta. He was actually going to give Adel information, and Adel said, "No, I just want to learn it myself." And because of that, Eldiel, realizing how passionate Adol was about everything, instead of giving Adol knowledge, he bestowed upon Adol the true title of adventurer. Meaning the angelic race itself sees Adol as an adventurer. The adventurer.
I will accompany you, but only so that I may keep a close watch on you. Because you remind me of a certain individual whom I utterly despise.
That makes no sense.
Silence. And on top of everything else, you've also seen me...
You've also seen me... I love her range, the VA's range, because Shinobu has such a low register.
Now then, what are you standing around for?
Much lower
Let's be on our
feminine
way.
register, and yet Laxia's is so much higher. Plus the fact that Shinobu, despite being a caring person, has a very, not monotone, but very flat personality. Like, she's very straightforward. She doesn't really express happiness or sadness or anger in her voice per se. Versus Laxia, who's very expressive. I think the smoke alarm was going off. Thought we could use it to make basic medicine. I see. That would be helpful to have medicine on us while we're exploring. You need any help? That won't be necessary. I just finished my preparations. All I need are the ingredients, and then I can make some basic medicine. However, I need to put the medicine in some sort of vessel. Christian, I believe you're carrying an empty bottle. Could we use that? That would do nicely. If you run out of medicine, simply refill your empty bottle. Understand. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm gonna have to wait a bit before I can talk to him about, Let's start searching for other castaways and mapping the island. Can you show me all the areas you've been to thus far? Shows her everything. Total explored 100%. Use the world map. If you want to view specific locations, use the area map. Now, where should we start searching from? Judging by what you've already mapped, it seems this area is still unexplored. What area are you referring to? Shall we venture to this general direction? Just beyond that open. Let's see. Excellent work. You've been covered this much ground in so little time. I'm impressed.
This is from me.
You fully mapped the island, even though we first just landed on the island. And a great job with... Now we can be more realistic about our plans to escape this island. Please continue to work on it. Right? So I can also bump up a lot of people's stats, strength, defense, life. What I'll probably do is wait till I get all 6 party members again, and then just give each of them 3, and then probably give Adol 1 more. Oh, no, wait, no. Sorry, there's 6 party members. Each of them gets 2 then. 4 of and then 4 of them get 2 more, which is fine because I don't end up using Laxia. Alright, well... Oh, Luxia gets Dana's outfit. Sorry, she gets a Eternian style outfit. I don't know. It doesn't fit with her hair. I did give her the glasses in the last playthrough. What, Lizra, what do you think? Glasses or no glasses? They will appear in cutscenes, by the way. Alright, we'll do glasses then.
Treasure chest.
I did also learn too, Lizreal too, that I learned there's actually a boss in this game I never fought. There's apparently an entire optional dungeon you can only access from a cleared save file that I never knew about. So, there's a character in this game, Dana. During certain chapters, I will see parts of Dana's life and even maybe play as her. In a past timeline. And, during that time, you can enter this optional dungeon. You do not have to do as Dana. You don't actually have to do the dungeon, but it unlocks some extra lore and stuff. Should you do it, should you do it and then play a cleared save data, you can actually enter that file as Adol and crew. I have to knock down that tree from the other side. ARG? What's... What do you mean ARG? They look especially tough. You must be on our guard, Mr. Christian. Hey, can you believe there's a wolf in this game, Lizreal? An action Japanese RPG? Oh, and a wolf?
A treasure chest.
Something's there.
Are these footprints? I wonder... Oh, somebody's there.
Oh, something's there.
Allow me.
Yep. I'm just gonna run past these guys because I don't have the abilities to fight them at the moment. Oh yeah, and this, I need certain amount of castaways before I can open this. That's how they block exploration in this game, either by story or by castaway numbers. And not all castaways are mandatory to get. But there is a super dungeon in the game that requires all the castaways to unlock. And there's also some other optional castaways that require high castaway numbers to get. The shore appears to continue on to the other side, but we can't pass through here. Twins might be. We belong to a passion of the Lombardia. We must follow them at once.
We can rest it.
What's wrong?
Is this where we see it? Do we see it this early?
What is that?
Yeah, we do see it this early.
What's making that sound?
Don't let your guard down.
I know.
Ah! Oh! Oh! Please! Please help me!
Zahid! Or is it Sahad? Forget. The Primordial. So this is a huge part of the game. This is a Primordial, or in layman's terms, a dinosaur. We cannot kill this thing. Their skin is too tough for modern weapons to be able to harm.
It looks like a...
From any other beast or monster that Adel has fought before.
Come on! Right place. Right
Trust
time.
me, that's...
This has got
So
to
the
be.
whole lore in this...
Joe,
So,
help an old
Primordials
man
are
already.
supposed to be extinct. But, so you need to understand what the Lacrimosa in the name is. Okay, Lizreal. There's plot for it. So the Lacrimosa is a tree. Well, it's technically a being inside the tree. But what it is every so often, the tree will judge the dominant race of the planet. And if it says, you shouldn't be in charge anymore, it summons an apocalyptic event to annihilate them. Prior to humanity, it was Donna's race, the Eternians. Prior to her, 4 other races got annihilated. What the Lacrimosa does is it picks one person from every race to represent that race's past going forward. So you'll meet other races in this game. However, the Lacrimosa enacts something that will enact a different cataclysmic event for every race. Something that their race basically just really cannot or has immense difficulty surviving. Unlike humanity that evolved from monkeys, humans evolved from monkeys. The Eternians evolved from saurians, meaning that despite looking like humans, they are significantly more physically strong and defensive, while also being cold-blooded. So what's the best way to kill off cold-blooded people? A giant meteor, of course! The tree summoned basically summoned the meteor that killed off the dinosaurs. And it brought the end of Donna's race. In this one, the tree decides to create and summon primordials back to the planet. That is humanity's extinction event, is dinosaurs, they cannot fight. Now, keep in mind that during the current time period of the game, while things like magic exist, guns exist, but this is like not this is during the time of like the Roman Empire. So like that's the kind of technology you have. So, and like the primordials the tree ends up making later on effectively are stronger than this thing. Like you actually see them spawning out of the tree later in the game. Oh, and I love this guy here because his weapon is just a broken anchor. Fight? But yeah, it's dead. Apparently my skills worked.
Such ferocity.
But the story, like this game starts as just castaways stranded on an island, and it turns into stopping humanity's extinction. Like, can we literally scale any more from 0 to 1,000?
Thanks for saving my ass.
Right? Like, once again, let me remind you, the game starts with a random shipwreck with castaways and trying to get off a deserted island into stopping humanity's extinction.
I don't know who you kids are, but I love you anyway.
What do you think you're doing?
Why did she slap Adel?
Sorry about that, little lady.
Or at least I feel like she might have.
Guess I got a little carried away expressing my gratitude.
Your words will more than suffice.
The true ending, though, effectively ends with, so, when you beat the boss, Dana so there's a bad ending, a normal ending, and a true ending. The bad ending, no one remembers anything, Dana is gone, and you get off the island. The normal ending, only Adel remembers Dana, and you just leave the island, leaving that question up in the air. In the true ending, Adel remembers Dana, goes to check the Lacrimosa. The other 5 follow him, not remembering, but feeling inclinations. And they end up meeting Maya, the goddess of the earth, who then effectively reveals that Dana has become the new goddess of evolution and is now, instead of the Lacrimosa being a sentient being, it is now basically a tool to be wielded by Dana as she sees fit within what she believes is best for evolution. What's your name?
The name's Sahad Nautilus.
Sahad,
I'm a
right.
fisherman from the Grecian region. I hopped aboard the Lombardia to head home after being away on a long job. Nice to meet you.
That'll introduce himself.
I'm Laxia. Laxia von Roswell.
Adol and Laxia. Got it. Man, all the islands and the gate to sea, and we just had to wash up on the Isle of Seiren.
You know of it?
Of course I do. Growing up in Greek, my folks would always tell me, "You better behave, Sahad, or I'll leave you marooned on the Isle of Seiren." Every time my pop threatened to dump me here, I'd get so scared I'd piss my pants.
So where you're from, the locals know to avoid this place?
Yes, but it's not called
Do they
Greece.
also know
It's
beasts
called
such as
Greek.
this could be found on this island?
Nope. Well, at least, I didn't before today. Any ship what comes near the Isle of Seiren sinks into a watery grave. Or so it goes. But no one really knows what this place
The
is
nation
like.
of
I mean,
Greek.
I've heard folks claim they came ashore
You know,
here.
similar
They
to
must have
the
been spinning
kingdom of
yarn.
Roman. Or Bretagne. Right? Completely different regions.
Maybe.
You figured something out?
No, not yet. Anyway, we should keep searching.
Man, I got the worst luck. I found this on the beach. Ended up smacking that beast with it by accident. Right in the kisser.
It's an interesting weapon.
Ain't it? Figured I could use it to protect myself, but it ended up landing me in some pretty hot water.
Eye opens.
Huh?
Look out!
So yeah, that's what I said before, that the
Scared the
weapons
hell
we
out of me
have
just now.
cannot kill it.
But this ending works for me.
I suddenly feel extremely...
You and me both, little lady. What with that thing chasing me around? I'm surprised I'm still standing. Oh, looks Looks like I worked up quite the appetite, too. Say, how about you take me to your camp?
Allow me.
Yeah, eat this! Woo.
But remember what I said, that you don't find any new weapons? The weapons only get improved and better. So the blacksmith just literally only makes this thing better. She literally starts with an anchor and he ends up with like this legendary scythe hammer by the end of the game.
Delicious.
Here we go! You're not done yet.
Oh, something's there. Yes!
My turn now!
Count on you at all.
Oh, something's there.
You know, that's an idea. Sometimes, you know, just not getting knocked back is also nice, too.
Yeah!
Wow, the fucking captain was busy. He built a signboard, he built benches. Might this be? That'll introduce Sahid. You're the captain of Lombardia. Sahad, I'm truly sorry for... It wasn't your fault. Huh? Judging by the current and the weather, that was no ordinary sinking. Pretty sure them scaly-looking tentacles are at fault for what happened. What we should really be worrying about is who those tentacles belong to. I really hope it's not the legendary Kraken. Anyway, I guess we can chalk this up to bad luck. I may be just a fisherman, but we men of the sea gotta stick together. Thank you, Sahad.
I hope this means more castaways are gonna start showing up. Oh?
And who might you be?
Dogi!
I ran across him while I was searching this area.
The Wall
Hey,
Crusher!
Looks like our bad luck hasn't quite run out yet.
Dogi, you made it!
Of course I did. I'm totally fine.
Oh, I did cut my ear today. Something hit my ear at work today. And I'm like, ow. But like, I felt it and it didn't feel like anything's wrong. But now I actually feel the scab. There's something absolutely nicked my ear.
It's gonna take more than some giant tentacles and a sinking ship to kill me. After the attack, I grabbed hold of some floating debris and rode the current till I washed up here. I swear, this stuff only happens when I'm with you. Full moment when you're around.
You're welcome.
Still, that was pretty bad, even for us.
How can they be so cavalier?
I guess that's what makes those two adventurers.
I don't know what your deal is, but I can already tell I'm gonna like you both.
By the way, just so you understand, Dogi and Adel are basically the same age.
Adol, we've been through a lot today.
And in this game, I think canonically they're both 21 age.
Let's compare our information.
So, yeah, Adel is 21 in this game. So, he was, negative, what is that? Negative 684 years old or something during Yi's origin, because he wasn't in that one. In Yi's 1, he's 16, and Yi's 2, he's 17, which is actually crazy to think that that took place over a year, because it's literally one continuous story. Yi's 10, he's 17. Yi's 4, he's 18. Yi's 6, or Yi's 3, he's 19. Yi's 5, I'm assuming he's 19 or 20. I'm actually going to say 20 or 21 because Yi's 8 seems to take place directly after Yi's 5. 5, he's 21. 6, he's 23. 7, he's 23. And 9, he's 24. So we have yet to see a game where Adel is 22. But I also know that we're going to be getting Yi's 5 soon, eventually, hopefully. Maybe.
As you can see, we now have the makings of a base camp in place thanks to Dogi. The sun is already beginning to set. Let's rest up here for tonight.
After these cutscenes, I'm going to call stream. I know it was rather short, only effectively about 2 hours, but I do need to get to bed. Wash up the beach just said here. Definitely saw another set of footprints in the sand. Could be another Lombardia passenger. Quite possible that several passengers have drifted ashore onto this island. Footprints weren't that big. Could have belonged to a woman or a child. That's worrying. They searched the area, but they must have already left. We should search for them at once. But it's simply too dangerous to explore an unfamiliar area at night. I hope they're safe. Let's search for them in the morning, Mr. Christian. You want to know what's the saddest thing, Lizriel, about the castaways? One of the castaways is a little girl that snuck aboard the Lombardia. The Lombardia. Meaning that she's on this island. Her parents have no idea where the fuck she is. Can you imagine your child goes missing, and then when eventually she's brought back to you, you learn of this? You learn of this? Now, granted, almost none of the castaways actually remember what happens due to the ending of the game. Only the party members do. But, like, still, you know, getting stranded on a cursed island, you know, dinosaur, like, could you imagine that? Something else I'm worried about is that monster that attacked you. In my life, I ain't seen a beast that ferocious. Based on my account, that beast may be indigenous to this island. Can't believe something so large and aggressive could be lurking here. Beasts like that pose a real threat to us castaways. There are other passengers on this island. We gotta find them and bring them here fast. Yes. We should fortify this area to better defend ourselves. Do you know something? No, it's not. It's not it. Howdy tomorrow. I'd like you to oversee the development of this base, Dogi. Your thing. What do you want me to do exactly? We need to build up our base so the castaways can be safe until we escape. We obviously need shelter from inclement weather. We also need a place where we can store food. Eventually, we need to build a facility where we can construct a ship we'll use to escape. Why are you're serious about this? Sounds like you want this base to become a regular castaway village. Indeed. Think you're the perfect man for this job. I'll assist you in any way I can. Just leave it to me. I can't wait to get started. Adol, I'd like you to continue drafting the map while you search for the other passengers. Perhaps tomorrow you can expand the scope of your exploration. Still, knowing monsters roam this island. Adol, adventurer or not, I must admit I'm worried for your safety. Much as I'd love to join you, Adol, I gotta take care of things here. In that case, I'll go with him. That beast man got the jump on me, but I'm a good tracker and pretty damn strong, too. I see. I'm such an experienced cartographer, I don't even need to explore the island. I see. The moment I touch landmass, I just instantly know the terrain. Let's see. Then please accompany Adol. But you gonna go with Adol too? Yes, I will. Aha, welcome aboard. Now then, I think we should all get some rest. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow and plenty of work to do. Thank you. Come on, back in the barn, everyone. It says, you're such good boys. Otto hears a girl's voice that he doesn't recognize. Is this a dream? Ah. What's the matter, Donna? Father. People are coming to this valley. Another vision, then? Yes. Its hue is crisp and clear. I think they'll be here tomorrow morning. Donna, are you? I'm okay. Personally decided to do this. You don't need to worry about me, I'm fine. I understand. Still, I wonder who they are. They didn't look like people I know. They were wearing robes and riding carts pulled by big beasts. Probably not merchants either. They never come this way during the rainy season. I wonder who you saw. Temple of the Great Tree? The hallowed ground before the Great Tree of Origins where the maidens reside? Donna is... Yes, your daughter has been blessed with outstanding essence. Come to escort her to the temple. Oh, but this is so sudden. Yes, we understand that. However, as you no doubt aware, your daughter was chosen by the Oracle. No, we can't refuse. Father, I've decided. The houses visited by the messenger are said to receive blessings afterwards, right? And... I don't even remember that. Like, what you're referring to. I streamed the game and beat it, and I still don't remember what you're talking about. Good morning. Why you look so tired? Had a weird dream. A weird dream. I guess even adventurers get the occasional nightmare. We're supposed to search for more castaways, remember? That's right, let's get going. I mean, right now? Before we go, there's something I'd like to show you, Mr. Christian. While I was out for a walk this morning, I found a crate that had washed ashore. Inside, I found some clothes that looked to be your size. I brought them all this way. You could at least try them on. Oh, that boy, yeah. Well, it's revealed in some context that that's your, like, future son or something like that. Like, that's the guy, the kid's future, like, kid or grandkid or something. Or future descendant of some kind. I think these clothes are certainly more durable than the sailor's uniform. I still like them. Please don't get the wrong idea. In this circumstance, I merely thought we should use whatever we can find. Anyways, I still haven't seen Sahad this morning. So let's find him before we begin our search. All right.
Alright. Medium fruit are freezy, by the way. So that is the stream. By the way, Guild Wars 3 was announced like today or yesterday or something. Beta is fall next year. So I'm excited about that. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to end it here. Tomorrow we'll pick back up with this. Because as much as I don't mind streaming, I definitely want to get more focused on Divinity Original Sin 2 on my days off. Because that's significantly more of a time sink game. So with that said, my name's Daimien Kamiya, I'm the Omni King. Be a friend for or member of the Omni Council. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.